The USRLA cars are on the track. Legends had a small issue with the lobby, so we were running a little behind. It's all right. We still got 10 minutes left in practice, and we'll be taking on this event. I've been informed that there's been a slight change to the system. I believe they're saying that the registered drivers are all in the race automatically, those that have had points, and the remaining 5 drivers will be looking for 2 spots. Trying to go through my notes here to get this right. Top 14 cars are locked in, and the 2 fastest in practice will make it to the race. There'll be no qualifying, so 16 cars will make the race. Looks like 17 cars on track. So 1 person will not make the event thus far. And welcome to One to Go Studios as we present USRLA, the United States Racing League Association doubleheader at South Boston. It'll be the Legends cars followed by the late models. So we'll start off with the 6-speed 34 Ford Coupes on fixed setups, and then we'll jump into the Monte Carlo SS late model machines. A little bit more horsepower, a little bit more finesse around this small little circuit. These both should be good races. All right, now we're looking at Pat O'Brien. Pat O'Brien out there on the track himself. There's Jeremy Weber. Our current point leader. There's Pat O'Brien. We're on with Pat O'Brien here. There's Pat O'Brien, his fastest lap of 16.588. He is currently the fastest car on the track. Jeremy Weber 16.611 as he's right behind him in that specked out, looks like a golden green front of that Legends vehicle. Looks pretty sharp. Yeah, Adam O'Brien in the 74 machine is 16.636. And then we have Jake Brooks the third. Jake Brooks 3, 16.639. And Jake will be starting on the grid at the bleeding us off. Does not look like Bradley Weissman is in the lobby. So that'll change up something a little. Braden Nagel will be starting off third as he a little bit hot coming off that turn there. Cameron Douglas, he's going off fourth. I don't see him either. Adam Gio, there he is, the number 22 machine. Adam O'Brien. And Adam O'Brien at 74. It will be. And then the Fisher. That 98 machine, all black there without the number. That Donald Fisher. Kevin Blackburn will be out next. He's currently in the pits. That number 77 machine. Eric Sellers, the 97. Don't see him here currently. May not have made the race. Brian Sharp in the 25. Brian over there in the Smurf in the back of the machine. David Trumley in the pits right now, the 96 orange machine. He's Eric Seller's teammate from a few weeks ago. Jeremy Dunwoody in the Black Magic 13. David Dunwoody in the Black Magic 28. And our points leader, Jeremy Weber in the 11. So Pat O'Brien, who's our fastest current driver, is one of the race to get in cars. And Paul Smudlock, hopefully I'm not saying that too bad, 99 machine, he's also a race to get in car. Joseph Ralph in the 35 is another race to get in car. Colby Thiel, number 42 machine in McDonald's Mac Tonight. Shoot way back to the 1980s with that car. About 3 more minutes before we actually get the grid set up, and we'll go over that grid again. It'll be brought to you by Black Magic Designs. Black Magic Design, that's Andy Dunwoody's team, and Andy, or David Dunwoody, is also known there. He is a designer of the machines here that the Black Magic guys are racing. So try to get a decent look here of the machine there, of Mr. Dunwoody's machine. So there we got Tweety on the back there. But if you have an idea in your mind and you're just not like me, not as talented as do the cars yourself, you can reach over to Black Magic Design, get a hold of David Dunwoody, and he'll design you something that'll be just like you're looking for. So you dream it and he'll make it happen. That it's David Dunwoody of Black Magic Designs. And the guys here trying to figure out what their cars can and cannot do. This is a 60-lap event at South Boston. Ooh, there's some contact right there. Ooh. Well, hello. View an aerial coverage here from our Goodyear blimp of showing you the South Boston track with all the haulers inside. Those haulers have their Legends machines, which are on the track, and inside are the late models waiting for race number 2. Lots of contact on that front stretch right there at the stripe. From the spotter stand. Looking at turn 3 and 4. Looking at the stripe here from pit lane. This is the driver's drive on by the South Boston Speedway stripe. Sliding through like the 74 machine of Adam O'Brien. right, so that's it. We're going to grid up here. And here's our grid. We'll roll off with Jake Brooks first. Braden Nagel second on the outside, and number 10. The number 22, Adam Giobe third. Adam O'Brien fourth. Donald Fisher, the 98, will be fifth. Kevin Blackburn on his outside in 677 machine. Brian Sharp in the 25, starting inside of 4. Outside of him is David Trumley in the 96. Jeremy Dunn would be in 9th. David on his outside, 10th, 13 and 28. Inside of row number 6 is Jeremy Weber in 11. Pat O'Brien in 59 on his outside. Paul Schmudlik will be the 98 and 13th. Joseph Ralph will be 14th in the 35. Kobe Thiel 15th in the 42. Steve Janowski will be the 16th place car. It looks like the number 6 did not make the cutoff. Your grid has been brought to you by Black Magic Designs. Head over to Black Magic Designs when you have an idea what you want on your next race car. Head over to Black Magic Designs. We'll get right over to our front guys here, and we'll put the grid away. We'll take a look here at the gyro cam of Jake Brooks. Jake Brooks in that 57 machine. This is an inverted field based on points, and if you are the first time driver here, you're relegated, you're in the back. So 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. That's 5 new drivers. Welcome to USRLA. If you have not had an opportunity yet, please do us a favor. Give us a follow. We're trying to get that 100 followers for our Level Up program, as the drivers are now going into turn number 3. Pace cars lights are off as we're on board with Jake Brooks and the 57 machine leading us off. So he'll take us when the green flag flies. There's the flag man up in the air. Green goes into turn number 1. Jake Brooks leading the way, leading that charge through. He's up to that wall, looking on the down low. He's going to lead that first lap. It looks like he will lead the first lap through here as he takes it up to the wall again. Jake Brooks, your leader at the conclusion of lap number 1. Wow, he got to a big jump, half a second over Braden Nagel. See back here, oh man, there's a rat's that big time, people everywhere. Jake Brooks is the fastest car on the track, 16,796. Lots of cars all piled up, doing a great job keeping off each other enough as we're all looking and fighting for position. Jake Brooks followed by Braden Nagel. Jake Brooks again, fastest lap, 16,752. He's starting to wind that out. Almost is 2/3 of a second faster than everyone else so far. As we're looking here at a grouping of the David Dunwoody and David Trumley, and the yellow flag flies. Yellow flag in the air. Let's see if we can find out where that was. Might have had something to do with here with the number 4 machine. Let's try to go back a lap and see. Whoa, there, walked right into that one. Let's see this here. Let's go on board here with Steven. Let's see what he saw up here. So we have the 99 machine completely spinning. Let's see if we can get to the 99 machine. That's Paul there. We'll try to back him up a lap and see what he had going on. See if I can back that up again. Oh, there it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Coming off the banking. Yeah, he's coming off the banking in turn number 4. A little bit too much, and 99 and the 4 go around. So let's get back to our leader. Number 57 on his outside, then number 10 of Braden Nagel, Adam O'Brien, and David Trumley behind them. Jake was able to jump up to a huge lead in the beginning, and that is shrunken and gone away. And he fires off Jake Brooks, leading into turn number 1. Another big jump over number 2, Adam O'Brien. And there's the number 2, and he's caught back up with the 57, and behind him is Braden Nagel. So Adam O'Brien up to the 2nd position, followed by the number 10 of Braden Nagel and David Dunwoody, Pat O'Brien, and David Trumley in your top 6. So we're looking at the 1-2 right now. And look at this, 74 trying to go low on the 57. 57 holds him off. Move David Dunwoody up to the 3rd position, as we're still looking at Adam and Jake fighting for the number 1 and number 2 positions here. 74 closing on 57. 57 still keeps him off. Adam O'Brien at 74, fastest lap, 16.672. We're 15, almost 14 complete here. 57 and 74 still battling, as they almost have a 2nd lead over the 3rd place vehicle of David Dunwoody, and he's got a small pack with him. They're still watching the 74 and the 57. Looks like the 74 is hands full trying to find a way around the 57 machine. 74 and the 57 still battling, bumper to bumper. 74 trying to get around low. He just doesn't have enough real estate to get down there. And 57 still maintaining his position. The 74 trying now to go high side. Whoa, we had a car around. Looks like the yellow flag has come out. I believe that was the 13 of Jeremy Dunwoody. No, maybe not. We'll see. Oop. Let's see who that was. Oh. Ah, looks like Mr. Fisher. Yep, Donald Fisher. So we can kind of roll back a little and see what happened here. It looks like he's been there for quite some time. They come off of turn number 4 again, getting loose off of 4, turns it into the inside wall, and he's backwards. And he stayed on it, just can't quite keep it up there, and spins out yet again. So bad luck for Mr. Fisher. Hopefully we can get that thing fixed up and get back on out here. The leader still Jake Brooks, followed by Adam O'Brien and David Dunwoody. Pat O'Brien has now entered the fray in 4th. And then Braden Nagel in 5th in the number 10 machine. Adam G is all the way to 6th, the number 22. Jeremy Weber, your points leader, in 7th in the 11 machine. And then David Trumley in the 96. They run through here. And Jake Brooks, I'm with him. And off they go. Right on the 57 here. Staying with him as he is your race leader. Coming through here as we see the whole field go by. 57, looks like David Dunwoody is taking over that second spot. So Jake Brooks, your leader, 0.4 ahead, with David and Adam fighting side by side. Looks like a new player, Pat O'Brien, looking to find a way. And Braden Nagel in 5th. Jeremy Weber has moved up to 6th in the 11 machine. So we have completed 24 as we come to the stripe. Still a lot of racing to go down in the turn number 1 with David Dunwoody. Followed by Pat O'Brien. It looks like Adam O'Brien and Jeremy Weber now up to 5th. So Jake Brooks off to a commanding lead, half a second over number 2 of 28, David Dunwoody. And a 6/10 lead. Let's get back to Jeremy Weber, see how he's doing. Jeremy Weber in 5th, looking to challenge the 74 high. Thinks better about it, drops down, looking to find a way to pass 74. He's nose to tail as they enter the turn. 74's keeping him at bay. 11 there looks to go low, looks to go high. Nothing either way. Stays on the high side. And 11 following the 74. This has got the leader, Jake Brooks, out by almost an 8/10. He's a 7/10 a lead. As the 11 here is trying to find a way to get around the 74. This low line is heavy here, so it's going to be challenging to pass anyone if they don't give you any room to make the pass. The 11 trying to dive that low there. Looks like he's going to take him in this turn. Ooh, a little hot there. Little wiggle. Falls back in line. It was a good challenge, but the 74 was able to keep him off. This is pretty much our only real race here. The 3 drivers looking for 3rd, actually with David just up in front of them. So this is nose to tail, 2 through 5. As we see the field drive by here on the backstretch. Turn number 3. Eleven looking low on the 74. And they make it stick this time. 74 going high. The 11 stays low. Looking to the 59. 74 enough momentum. 11 stuffs it in yet again. Keeping to that low line. Half a car length ahead. Looks like this time he might actually be able to carry the speed through. The 11 staying low. The 74 staying high. And the caution flag is waving again. Caution flag is out. See if we can find out what happened to Brian here. Oh. Like we have a lot of contact. The 77 and the 25, the 96. 3 cars caught up in that. Oh, right. We have people pitting. This 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers are pitting. They do have fast repairs and the ability to get tires. We look like everybody is getting tires that did go down the pit lane. Problem is you can get lapped getting tires. So we'll see how this works out for the group here. Like, I believe they may have all been able to get their pits in. That's going to be interesting. It looks like your leader, Jake Brooks, has stayed out. Joseph Ralph has been in the pits one time. He's in that 35 John Deere machine. Looks like Adam O'Brien, the 74, is your first car with fresh tires. So we are completed 39. We're on lap 40 of 60. 2/3 of the race has been completed. A bunch of pit stops. So starting with the 74 machine and 59 of Pat O'Brien, Jeremy Weber 11th, and David Dunn in the 28 machine in 6. Jeremy on the inside of row 4. On his outside is David Trumley as we fire back up, and here we go. F57 is off to the start. Good start again, and there was some major contact back there. Major contact. It was it was a lot of people were involved in that. Like Pat O'Brien. See if we can get that on there on tape here. Coming to the start, there was contact between Pat O'Brien and another car right off the bat. So we got the 1174 going low, and the 35 on the 35, he dives low. 59 comes in and hooks the 35, trying to go 3 wide. So 59 hooked, and back to the pits he'll go. And he's pretty beat up there in that 59 machine. And he'll bring it down the pit road to get that repair that he needs done. As you see him and the 25 both looking for repairs. There they go. And your leader still Jake Brooks as we're on lap 44 of 60. That calamity there allowed points leader Jeremy Weber to slide up into 3rd. And David Dunwoody out to 4th. Done 45 on 45 at 60 as we pass here. So it'll be 75% of the race will be completed. After the completion of this race, these drivers will jump back out of their cars and pull out their late model machines and take to the South Boston track. A little bit more horsepower and have to finesse the cars around here. We'll see how that works. Sometimes see who takes what they've learned here with the legends and applies it onto the next set. All right, all grouped back up, waiting for the pace car to get out of the way, and then Jake Brooks will fire us off. 14 laps remaining. And the 57 is off, the 74 right behind him. The 11 and the 28 are behind them. 74 looking to go low, and he does get by the 57. Look, the 11 to go with him. 74 takes the lead. 57 on the outside. David Dunwoody followed by Jeremy Dunwoody. David Dunwoody was going to go high. He thought not if it went low. Your new race leader is Adam O'Brien. Adam O'Brien and the 11 of Jeremy Weber. Jeremy Weber looked like he'd go high with the 74 hooked the apron. And Jeremy Weber now the fastest car on the track, 16.617, as we're going side by side battling, completing 49 of 50. These two have been going back and forth the entire race, the 11 and the 74. Who's going to get... Oh, there's some contact there as the 74 slides up into the 11. And it's allowed the number 28 to take over the second place position as they're starting to cut that apron down to try to save some track time. And there goes Adam O'Brien, and then David Dunwoody behind him. Jeremy Weber with him as well, as they're now side by side. It's allowing Adam O'Brien to extend the lead out to half a second. We are now 10 to go. Under 10 to go now as Adam O'Brien, your race leader, extend out to a half a second lead, with David Dunwoody and Jeremy Weber fighting side by side across the stripe there. 28 and the 11 and the 13 is now joining the party as Jeremy Dunwoody. So 3 cars fighting for the second spot. The 28 slides a little bit through the turn. The 11 behind him. The 11 looking to go high. The 28 keeping to that low line. The 13 looking to challenge. The 11 gets by the 28. The 28 trying to take the inside line and backs out. That the 11 is in second. Jeremy Weber now going for the leader, who is a second in front of the field. Coming to the stripe, 5 to go. So does Jeremy have enough gas to make up a second in 5 laps? Jeremy Weber followed by the Dunwoody brothers. Adam O'Brien is your race leader as we see him with 5 to go. But Jeremy Weber already brought that down to 0.78. So he is cutting into the lead. But is it enough to get there to make that chance for a pass and the checkered flag? 4 laps to go. Adam O'Brien 7/10 ahead of Jeremy Weber. Jeremy Weber cut another 10th off. 16.613, fastest lap. Adam O'Brien continuing to try to pace with him as Jeremy Weber is slicing his lead down. 3 to go. Still 6/10 distance between the two. Jeremy Weber looking a way to catch up. 2 laps to go. 6/10 to separation between first and second. Half a second now. Final lap. 74 your leader, followed by the 11, the 28 and the 96 machine. Jeremy Weber looking for the checkered flag. It's in the air. Adam O'Brien will take as Jeremy Weber takes the checkered flag and spins. So we'll wait for the official results of the USRLA Legends Cars South Boston. Here's your results provided by Travel with an Angel. TravelWithAnAngel.org, putting joy back into your vacations. If you're looking to travel and you have a special needs family, TravelWithAnAngel.org. They'll help you out. Let them plan so you can take the stress out of your next vacation. Contact TravelWithAnAngel.org. There's our race leader. Winner was Adam O'Brien in the 74, Jeremy Weber in the 11, David Dunwoody in the 28 machine, David Trumley fourth in the 96, the 22 of Adam Gia in 5th, Colby Thiel 42 in 6th, 35 was Joseph Ralph in 7th, 8th Jake Brooks in the 57 machine, Jeremy Dunwoody 9th in the 13, Braden Nagel 10th in the number 10 machine. And Kevin Blackburn, the 77 was 11th. Brian Sharp, the 25 was 12th. Donald Fish Fisher, the 98, 13th. Pat O'Brien, 59 was 14th. 15th was 4 of Steven Janowski, sorry. 16th was the 99 of Paul Schmelik, and the number 6 was not in the race based on a 16 car field. That was your grid, your results provided by travelwithanangel.org. We'll try to talk to some of these racers as they get ready to move on to their next race. And I do have, it looks like, let's go with David Dunwoody. I'm experiencing some difficulty not being able to move anybody. And David, some reason I'm not able to move people. So you're gonna have to help me out with that.
10-4.
All right. As we got that fixed up, the number 28 machine, David Dunwoody, third. That's another podium for you.
Yeah, apparently that's all I'm good for. I can't catch these guys. I get stuck racing somebody.
No, that seemed that worked out a pretty good strategy there for the 57 of Jake Brooks until the last couple laps there.
Yeah, we knew we'd be about a half-second past him if we put tires on. I'm not sure why he didn't put tires on, but it was probably a good strategy for him.
He did fairly well, but like I said, then you guys were able to get those pits in, and you had good thing it was under caution because we definitely would not have been able to do those under green without losing 3 or 4 laps.
Definitely. Just a matter of picking your battles and trying to find when you can get to the inside of somebody.
Yeah, it looked like that bottom groove was the only thing able to move, and the high side just wasn't there. Saw the 11 of Jeremy Weber trying to get around and just wasn't working out for him.
You can definitely pass some of the less experienced guys around the outside, and again, when you can really send it into turn 1 on the restart, you can get a huge run off into turn 1 and generally get around some of these guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying, as we're getting, drivers are communicating with us. Yep, not sure why I'm not able to pull and move people around today, but something changed in the server and Discord. So if you can help me out there with Adam, and I think Jeremy Weber is down able to get back up here as well.
Yep, I will be sending Jeremy Weber up here next.
All right, thank you, appreciate it. And I'm in the booth now with Jeremy Weber, the number 11 machine. Man, I think I saw you battling for every position out there tonight.
Yeah, it was hard running through there for sure. It was tough. I had a feeling that I was fast enough to win the race. I know that running side by side with the leader there for the couple laps there, definitely I should have just stayed right behind him and then got underneath him. That allowed for the 28 to catch up and then get underneath me to where I couldn't drop back down, and then I raced with the 28 for that spot back, and I think I was too overzealous on that high line trying to get the pass.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think there was one time here in the high line, the 74 just kind of moved up there on you at one time.
I had him there. I should have stayed in it. I think I had him on the ropes on that one lap. But I didn't want to wreck it. I guess that was my reason for backing out and kind of giving it back to him.
Well, you know, you gotta finish to finish first, right?
Yeah, and I worry about my points too, and making sure that I stay ahead of the 28 because I know that he's behind me on the points. So want to make sure that I get his best to finish regardless of the situation. And but I think overall I'm pretty satisfied. with the finish. More wins from Adam means he has to start further back, which is good. So,
Maybe, but like I said, with
it's hard. It's hard running from that far back, especially as a train. I mean, there's at least 20 laps there that was just stuck behind someone.
yeah,
At point.
this is a bottom feeding track, very hard to pass.
Yeah, I had to get aggressive and just pretty much destroy my tires to try to pass people on the outside. I knew what I was doing, was destroying, but I was still catching at him in the end. I don't think I destroyed him enough. I don't know if I could have passed him, but if I would have not battled with a 28 for that long, I probably would have got him, and I might have bumped him to get past him. We'll never know.
Well, but to know next time. All right, Jeremy, let you get back up into the late model and try this all over again, right?
All right, thank you.
All right. Let's see if we can get the next person in here. If I can get Adam up here. We'll see. What we're gonna switch out races while we're waiting. We'll be right back. All right, we got Adam O'Brien with us. Adam, it was one heck of a race. Saw a lot of battles out there. What did you see from your vantage point?
Trying to get lucky. It's hard to pass at that track, and car kept getting tighter and tighter. The more I kept trying to ride that low line against Weber, man, he's one of the hardest ones to beat when he's side by side with you, because I know he's gonna give it 110% every lap.
Yeah, he's definitely not gonna let you have it. I saw a couple times you guys even made contact in one of the laps coming off one of the turns.
Yeah, I kind of pushed up. We were both racing hard for that spot. I felt bad for getting up into him, but it's hard race, and there's not much I could really do from trying to enter that low to try to get a little bit of an edge to clear him.
It's like it seemed like if I saw a couple times, like it's like you had to commit either below the yellow line or above it, but being on it seemed to make the car want to turn abruptly.
It made it real loose.
Because I saw several times where somebody be fishtailing out of the turn. I was like, whoa, that's looks like a no-go there. So
yeah, it helped though when the car got like that with dirt experience, just to try to counter steer a little bit, not too much like you would on dirt, because if you counter steer too much, you're going right to the outside wall and taking everybody with you. So
yeah, we
helps to have a little bit of sliding experience.
Yeah, we had a few drivers that coming off of turn number 4 was definitely not very good. So we saw a couple cautions caused from off turn 4, taking a little bit just too aggressively.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna let you get back into racing because it looks like the late models are ready to go.
Alrighty, sounds good. Hopefully I can get this car up in the top 3.
All right, we'll see. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye bye.
Yeah. All right, we're on to race number 2. As we have the late model machines here at South Boston. They said a little bit quicker, 15 minutes left to go. As we're running 16s, now we're running 15s, and David Dunwoody leading the way at 15.7. This will also be reversed by points, so we'll see exactly how that pans out here. This is the number 28 of David Dunwoody. A little bit different design this week for him. He's usually in the black car. He's went with the white in the 28D machine. He's changed it up just a tad. We got Kevin Blackburn in the Dunder Mifflin. Fastest man now is Adam Gia in the Wounded Warrior 22 puts up a fast lap and then has a run to the wall. Our All-Star Showdown 96 of David Trumbley. Steve Janowski in that Snap-on 4. Brian Sharp, Big Jim's Cookies 25. A 99 machine of Paul Schmudlick. Adam O'Brien, the 74 Shake and Bake. Yeah, Joseph Ralph in the 35 New York paint scheme. Joseph Ralph, not that far from us. They got the Dunwoodies are in PA. I'm in just outside of Baltimore, Maryland. And we're having a snow fit up here. It's kind of nice to see race cars in a not snow area as we have snow falling all around us. I'm sure New York's experiencing the same. Yeah, Kobe Thiel in the Bud 42. Lots of nice paint schemes here today. And number 22 puts another fast lap of 15,679. So, and then the Dunwoody brothers right behind them, and then Kevin Blackburn. All very close times. The furthest back is 10th. About 8/10 off the pace of the leader. Adam O'Brien has not put a time in yet. Still sitting on the track here on pit road. Maybe discussing some strategy. Jeremy Weber hasn't put up any time yet either. And he's got that golden fire 11 machine. Very similar to the paint scheme he had earlier in the Legend machine. So I guess he really, this gold metallic color is working for that 11. See if he can get this machine going and humping up some good lap times, as we've now got David Dunwoody 15,656 to the top. 11 minutes remaining in the practice. This will be another reverse points race. If the drivers are new, they will be put behind Jeremy Weber based on time. Everyone else will be inverted based on their current points in the series. As you heard Jeremy Weber talking about in race number 1 with the Legends, that makes the points leader have to drive through the entire field to get a win, which has caused Jeremy Weber some issues with trying to get repeats in the series, since he's got more cars to have to work with. So right now, David Dunwoody is our pace leader in that 28 Delta machine. The Black Magic designed on the hood. Jeremy Weber now has taken over that top spot, 15,568. So the top 4 drivers within a tenth of each other, top 4 machines. Nearly a second faster, a little over a second faster than they were putting down times in the Legend machines. 15.560 now. 560 for Jeremy Weber, with 8.5 remaining in practice. So, like Jeremy Weber head back to pit road. Back here at the Black Magic machine at the 28D. Number 22 there. Ooh, around he goes. Turn 4 is definitely difficult. If you don't take it just right, will cause that car to get snap happy. Going around, just looking at the drivers. 5 minutes remaining. They're all trying to figure out the tires. This will also be a 0 qualifier. It'll be straight to racing. The 74 shake and bake. Back to Ricky Bobby. A little bit of damage on that front right tire. Probably seeing how much he can get out of it without having to actually pit for damage. Weber coming back out of the pits there. At 13 now, 13 drivers for this late model event. Again, it'll be reverse points followed by first-time drivers on their practice times. You can see those rotors lighting up as the brakes are heavily being used here at South Boston. We'll be going to the Cookie Crumble 60. That would be a nod to one of our sponsors, Big Jim Cookies, which I believe is sponsoring number 25 of Brian Sharp. I can get a good shot of there's our Big Jim Cookies. Big Jim's chocolate chip cookie company sponsoring that number 25. Ooh, a little bit of a hook there with that 11. And around the 11 goes. And our Budweiser Menards 42 of Colby Thiel. Braden Nagel and the number 10 machine just showed up in the me car. I want to go fast, another Ricky Bobby, as he's sliding dirt tracking the all the way around that turn. The inside retaining wall. So 13 drivers taking the green flag for the Cookie Crumble 60. All right, so that will conclude practice, and we'll go check out that grid. 4 seconds for the restart, the grid lining up here. All right, your grid. Okay, waiting for the grid. All right, here's our grid. Presented by Black Magic Design. Braden Nagel and the 10 will be on the pole. 74 of Adam O'Brien on the outside. Brian Sharp, the 25, will be in row 2 inside. Outside of him is Jeremy Dunwoody in the 13 machine. Kevin Blackburn will be rolling off 5th in the 77. David Trumley 6th in the 96. Inside of row 4, David Dunwoody in the 28 machine. Outside of him is the points leader, the 11 of Jeremy Weber. Adam Gio will be 9th in the 22 machine. Paul Schmudlik in the 99. Joseph Ralph in the 11th spot, the 35. Colby Thiel in the will be 12th in the 42, and Steve Janowski 13th in the number 4. That was presided by Black Magic Designs. If you're looking for a new paint scheme, get a hold of David Dunwoody, Black Magic Designs. He'll put your concepts onto the paint. Make yourself look good during every race. Braden Nagel in the I Want to Go Fast, and the outside of him is the Shake and Bake. See which one of these two Ricky Bobby inspired Talladega Nights machines will prevail as we start 60 laps here. And the green goes off, the 74 fires, the 10 staying low, 10 underneath the green of the 74 going around high. Your leader, Adam O'Brien. Right behind him is that number 10 machine. So Adam O'Brien is your early race leader. And the caution is out. A lot of cars involved. Let's see what might have happened here. And see our 11 machine there. There's somebody, oh, the 25 came off of the bottom line in the wall, it looked like. So let's see that again. Out of the 25, that was our third place driver. And our Big Jim Cookies 25. And he goes and takes it for a spin, and it snaps back up into traffic. Oh, some short track racing at its finest. It looks like a tow had to be done there for the 25 machine. Back here, race leader Adam O'Brien. Looks like he's got a clean race car. 5 laps are about to be in the books here. Behind him, David Trumley, who has some right rear damage. Joseph Ralph also has some, looks like front end damage. The 22, he looks like he has some front end damage. Colby Thiel looks like he got through pretty easily. And number 4 is Steven Janowski. He looks like he's got a clean racer. David Dunwoody as well. Jeremy Dunwoody, he got a clean car. It looks like the 11, he's gotten his lap back. He's got a clean race car. Paul, number 99 here, he's got another car. See if we can get him around the pay. Yep, we're gonna try to get him around, or we're gonna have him fall in line here. On the 7th of 60 laps, as we are trying to get everybody lined back up for racing. A lot of damaged race cars out there. We'll see how much they affect their abilities here. 74 is low, and he starts us off. Adam O'Brien off to the lead with the 96 of David Trumley right behind him in tow. On lap 8 of 60. Adam's your leader. David right behind him. 2/10 the difference. And all the way back to third is a second off the leader. Is Joseph Ralph in the 35 New York machine. 74 continues to pace the field. 3/10 now over the number 96 of David Trumley. Adam O'Brien now is 15.744 fast lap. .74 now over a half-second lead over David Trumley. Looks like Brian Sharp has retired in the 25 machine. 74 now catches up to David Dunwoody. Look, and the yellow flag is out. The yellow flag's out. Run through here and see if we can see where that caution may have come from. Damage there with Jeremy Weber. See there, see where Jeremy might have got that contact there. Jeremy looking to go low. Oh, spins the 28 and gets hit by the 99. That's what happened there. $15 laps complete, 25%. Your race leader, Adam O'Brien, followed by David Trumley, Joseph Ralph, Adam G in that 22 machine, Jeremy Dunwoody. His car looks actually pretty darn clean. At 42, Budweiser, Kobe Thiel, Jeremy Weber in 11th. He has just received that left rear damage on that last caution. David Dunwoody, he's got some left rear damage there. 99 machine of Paul Schmudlick. So he has a crinkled up right front fender there. It's got this car pushed up a little. Brian Sharp is actually back out on the track 4 laps down. So he may have had to be towed, and that's why he was showing us out. Go back to Adam, your race leader. And they're off again. He'll be fired up. There he goes. 74 takes to the lead. .74 followed by that 96 and the 35. So back here to 8, check out Jeremy Weber, who is now smoking. So he's not having a really good race here, as he's crinkled up that front end, heavily damaged now. The 11 machine of Jeremy Weber. And there's Jeremy Dunwoody starting to get a little bit busy here in the 3rd position. You got Jeremy followed by David and Joseph Ralph in the 35. As you see them coming and they're looking for that 3rd spot. You got David Dunwoody looking underneath the 13 machine and the 35 coming with him. 13 to the high line, a 28 staying low. Looking to complete 23 as we're coming off turn number 4. And Jeremy Weber had to get to the pits to take care of that smoking race car. 35 and the 13 battling now for 4th position. .35 down low. Looks like that right front tire, the 35, is not even in contact with the racing surface some of the time, as its wave has been pushed pretty higher up. But he's making it work. .35, 13 going. Oh, contact. He hit that outside wall, came back down into the 35 machine. David Dunwoody up to the 3rd position. But Adam O'Brien pacing out the field, 28th lap. He's a second ahead of David Trumley. Halfway, Adam O'Brien has received the cross flags. Halfway, he's got a 1.3 second lead over the field. Running these 15-second laps. Some of the drivers are a half lap behind him. The aerial camera here with the Goodyear camera. As you can see the distance between our race leader and 2nd and 3rd, as he's starting to catch up to lap traffic. .74 continue the pace to be almost 2 seconds now in the lead. Damage there in David's car. Looks like he's hit the wall a little bit more on that right side rear. It's 2 seconds behind the race leader. David is holding that 2nd position. Behind him, 1 second behind him, is David Dunwoody. You start to see him coming into picture there in the 28D machine. And they would slap that fishtail, slap the wall there yet again. David Dunwoody now within 7/10 of the 2nd place position here. Them sparks flying around the 96 that came off the 13 there. The 13 stays high. Lets the 2 guys gotta go by. Hop the curve there. 11 comes back out on the track. Like 18 laps behind. Contact between the 28 and the 96. As David got underneath the 20 of the 96 there. So David up to second place. 3.8 seconds to the leader. Only 6 cars showing on the lead lap. We'll check out our race leader. As he is now caught up with number 22 machine of Adam Giaz to put him a lap down. There's only 5 cars on the lead lap. 45 car laps down, so 75% done with this race. On lap 47 of 60 completed. So 13 to go. And you're watching One to Go Studios. We present the United States Racing League Association's doubleheader at South Boston for the Cookie Crumble 60 for the Legends and the Late Models. We're in race number 2 of the doubleheader. If you've come to see us on YouTube or through another share, please come by to One to Go Studios on Facebook and give us a follow. Help us out. We're trying to get to 100 followers. Shout out to all those that have followed us so far. We appreciate it. 74 continuing to pace out the field, almost 5 seconds to lead. He's now caught up to Jeremy Dunwoody in the 13 to put him down a second lap, it looks like. He's underneath the 13 machine, clean. We are 10 laps remaining in this event, with Adam O'Brien leading by almost 5 seconds, looking to try to complete the doubleheader for the full sweep. .7 seconds the difference between the 74 and the 28. It looks like the 22 is caught with a 99 machine. Yeah, he caught the 99 machine. He's put him down 2 laps if he goes by him here. On lap 55. At the stripe here, be 5 to go, and the 99 not wanting to let the leader lap him down a second time, but 74 does prevail. Over 5 seconds now the lead for Adam O'Brien. And he's caught Colby Thiel in the 22 as he slides down underneath, or the 42 slides down underneath. So only 4 cars on the lead lap. And the next car will be the 35 of Joseph Ralph, who's just ahead of him. Three laps to go. Looks like Dunwoody and Trumbull are fighting for positions between each other here. Got 4/10 separation. 2 to go. Final lap. Adam O'Brien's gone around the 35 machine. Only the top 3 will finish on the lead lap. as Adam O'Brien pitches the checkered flag to complete the sweep for the Cookie Crumble 60. Number 74, Adam O'Brien. I'm going to check the rest of the results for the Cookie Crumble 60. This will be presented by travelwithanangel.org, putting joy back into your vacations. Your race winner, Adam O'Brien, 74-28 of David Dunwoody, will be second. The third place machine, 96 of David Trumbley. 42 of Colby Thiel is fourth. Fifth was Adam Gia in the 22 machine. Sixth was Joseph Ralph in the 35. Seventh was the 99 of Paul Schmudlick. I would definitely need to hear how you say your name, Paul. I'm sorry, I know I'm messing this up. Jeremy Dunwoody, the 8th position in the 13 machine. Jeremy Weber, 11th in the 11 machine. In 9th. 10th goes to Brian Sharp in the 25 machine. 11th was the number 4 of Steve Janowski. At 10, Braden Nagel in 12th. 77 of Kevin Blackburn in 13th. That will be your final results for the Cookie Crumble 60 at South Boston. Let's see if we can get some of these guys up here for the after race interviews. And we're in here, third place, David Trumbley at 96 machine. How you doing today, David? Got you back up here again.
Oh yeah, feeling pretty good. Missed out on last week. Couldn't get into the top 3.
And that All-Star, is that a paint scheme of yours? Or is that...
It was actually made by a guy named Jeffrey Wallace.
Okay.
For, another league we were running at the end of 2020 called the Fall Brawl.
Okay. Well, that's good.
It's the only paint I've got for this car, so I'm just running it. I like the way it looks, you know.
It was pretty good. It definitely stands out. You know, sometimes, you know, this track being so small, the power of these cars has caused a lot of fishtailing, at least out of 4 it seemed, no?
Yeah, as usual, I was getting into the wall a bit.
Yeah, everybody was getting to the wall. It wasn't just you. I only think a few cars actually had the whole car left at the end of the race. It wasn't very many.
Yeah, it looks like we lost a few guys over the course of it.
Yeah, it was definitely a pretty tough track. It proved out to be for the late model Monte Carlos here at South Boston. Were you able to apply anything you learned from the Legends? Is that helping out running the same track with the same, well, not the same cars, but the same layout? You know, 2 races in a row.
Yeah, it definitely helps a lot once you get more used to the cars. I have more experience in the Legends cars, so you know, just the handling characteristics of both cars are quite different. So once you learn the track, it's just a matter of understanding how the different cars handle and how you should apply that, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, you know, like I said, it seemed like the Legends was pretty much, you could just protect the bottom, but it seemed like this track you could actually pass high if you were able to get it to work where you weren't actually taking the wall out when you were trying to get around it in the late model.
Yeah, I felt like I was making the high line work a little bit in both of the cars, honestly.
No, it just we saw a lot of people having issues moving up through the field in the Legends cars on the outside line. I know that car is so momentum based, and you know, with the fixed setups, I'm sure with some of the open setups it might be a little different, but it seemed like that's what was going on, at least for tonight. So, but we'll continue to move on, and then see if I can go through this. Jump up here to my schedule and see what we got coming up. Like our stuff's changed just a tad bit. Well, I'm trying to grab this here. Well, I guess I can let you go. I was trying to see if I could figure out what next race was going to be. but I don't have that schedule in front of me apparently. I will.
Yeah, I can bring up right here actually. It's Irwindale.
Irwindale. Okay, so we're gonna do Irwindale Outer, I believe, which is also on iRacing is the only figure 8 track. But we weren't doing figure 8. I asked Andy about that. I said that would be a lot of fun. But he wants to do the actual Outer. But it'll be another short track. But I think there's a little bit more banking on that one. So how do you think you'd do there?
I don't know if I'll do as good as I did here. I have a lot more experience here at South Boston, but just knowing how much experience I have in the Legends cars, I definitely feel like I have a good chance of getting at least top 5.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll end up talking to you again next week, David. I appreciate it, and we'll talk.
We can bring up the Legends race next week.
Yeah, it was both the races. It's unusual for this league. You guys are usually pretty good, like 1 or 2 cautions, but today it was definitely trying for us.
Yeah, we had quite a few new guys. I think that was a huge part of it, but
yep,
worked out.
All right, we'll talk to you hopefully next week, David. Take care.
Yep, have a good one, man.
Yep. As we continue to move people around here, looks like a David Dunwoody back. Well, you did better than 3rd.
A little bit. Still can't win.
Well,
it's the longest losing streak I've had.
Well, part of that was the fact that you were battling with people and the 74 just ran away from the field, with nobody fighting him.
Yeah, I was watching the gap, and I was gaining on him lap after lap after lap, but I never took tires.
Did
he put tires on?
I don't think, did he as well or no? I don't remember
he didn't
him.
Get to put tires on either.
Yeah,
I
so
have to take my faster pair.
Yeah, that's gonna be something we have to talk to Jeremy Weber about, because I know he was probably not very happy because he destroyed the car. Well, he got into somebody's mess early on, and then I think it was the 25.
I cut his nose off on the second one.
Oh, did you? He's not gonna like you much about that at all.
He let me live out and down because I told him I'd just follow him back up through there.
Yeah.
And then he got into the 22 coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, I saw that he was smoking, and I'm like, that's not gonna be good. So
he came back out, rolled around, but he did pick up a couple spots, so that's good on him.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of calamity tonight between the 2 events. This track proved a little bit difficult for you guys tonight. Now we'll be doing Irwindale, and I believe we were talking a little bit to Trumbull a minute ago. If I'm not mistaken, that is more banked and open wider, right, than South Boston?
4 or 5 grooves wide. You could pretty much run anywhere. I think you're going to see the Legends right around the bottom of the banking, which will be the middle of the track. But then you'll definitely see at least me in the late model right against the fence.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll have to do a special event with the only figure 8 in the system right now is at Irwindale. And I know we've done some track racing there with the Pro 2 lights and a few others. But a lot of fun. It's just it would be a little bit different than what we race in here. And then we'll be moving on to the Pocono Raceway, right? Isn't that for the our first road course, right?
Yeah, first road course of the season. It's going to be interesting. We're hoping we get some celebrity guests in that night. We are in talks, though, that we might take a couple weeks off for the Super Bowl next weekend and the Daytona 500 the weekend after, though. So we're gonna see.
Well, the 500 shouldn't be. It's a day 500, not a night 500.
But it's Valentine's Day.
That's true.
We were scheduled to run Saturday night if you were free.
Right.
But it is Valentine's Day, so we might take 2 weeks off and run some fun races, some figure 8 jump racing or something.
Yep. Definitely looking at a lot of leagues are starting to form up at this point, since it is the start of NASCAR season. The Rolex 24 concluded today, the actual event. Shout out to Owen Trinkler and his TGM guys in the 64 Porsche. No, they're going to want to follow that up with something a little bit better. Wasn't able to see too much of the race because heck, I don't have all the add-ons and to the TV subscriptions you need, nowadays,
You should have come hang out with us. We had it up live all night.
Oh man, that would have been interesting. I just didn't.
We didn't miss a minute.
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like a little differently since I've actually been in one now, and it's like, so now you get to feel how it actually is, right?
And we do have the 12 hours of Sebring coming up.
12 hours of Sebring in the same car with the same group. Well, me, you, and a couple other guys. Yeah.
We're bringing the O'Briens in this time.
Okay.
As of right now, we're bringing the O'Briens. So we got some hot shoes. Adam's pretty good on the road courses. We got to get Pat's license up, but
okay,
he's
well,
gonna work on it. He's working on it.
Well, I'll do what I do. I keep it between the white lines and keep it on the track shiny side up. Yeah, see, sunny side. Think about my eggs now in the morning. It's not even morning yet. How much snow did you get up there, David? Because right now we're seeing a lot of that white stuff where we are in the northern Baltimore area.
I already shoveled it twice. It's nice fluffy tonight, but it looks like we got like 6 or 8 inches already.
You guys are getting the fluff, and we're not. We're getting the sleet. So
You got the wet stuff. It started as sleet.
we started as sleet, and pretty much, yeah, it's going to be a mess. They said it's going to be all night. So
They're talking 30 inches, so this could be like could be ugly.
yeah, we're not supposed to get that much, but
I'm still going to work tomorrow, so.
I'm not. Give me something else to do. So all right, let me talk to our race winner up here. All right, up here, Adam. Adam, you're able to jump into the other car and bring it to victory lane as well.
Oh yeah, that was a hectic run.
It didn't seem like you had a hectic time. It looked like once you were up front, it was it. Like off you went.
It was hectic off the start because I didn't know what Braden was gonna do. Because sometimes I've watched him going into turns off the starts. He just goes right. I was like, oh boy, I'm on the outside. I'm going downhill real quick. And then coming up on lap traffic, I was like, yeah, this is gonna make things difficult.
Yeah, you definitely got to find a way to get underneath them or on the outside where they know you're there. That's an issue. It can be. Yeah, definitely. There's not a lot of room on this track. We're going to Irwindale next week. Should be a lot wider.
Ooh, I like that track.
So we'll see how you're able to back this up. Now, Jeremy Weber brought up a good point. You keep winning these races, you're going to keep going further and further and further and further back in the pack when you start.
I actually would like that because I enjoy racing side by side with Jeremy every week. Like these past few weeks, I've always dealt with Jeremy always coming up to the field and being right there, and he's always so quick. And I love racing against him because I can learn from him on how he drives his car to see if I can maybe pick up on it and see if I can drive my car, if not the same or if not better at that time.
Definitely. It's learned a lot from racing a lot of drivers. I've been around sim racing for a few years. I've raced against some pretty big names in NASCAR 2003, and one of the things I picked up from a few of the older guys was keeping the car together. They used to always tell me you got to finish first. So
exactly.
And learning how to keep your tires, learning how to get the most out of your system.
Yeah, like that scared me tonight. When I saw that long stint, I was like, oh no, I got old tires. I'm going to crash this car.
Yeah, definitely knowing where the fall off is, being able to either back up the turn or maybe not use as much brake, and just all these things in your mind that you got to basically know the change. And then I believe we're doing dynamic weather too, so you have that as well to be thrown into the mix. The changes can happen as well, but it keeps it interesting, keeps you guessing. It's not the same thing every week. So we're going to Irwindale next week. And then we were talking about the first road course will be coming up as well in Pocono.
Oh, yep. You'll see me in the back of the pack on that one.
Well, I'm not out there, so maybe that's probably, I'm not the best on road courses either. so we were just talking a little bit, Andy and I, about the 24 hours of Daytona, and the only thing I remember that I would say was I kept the shiny side up and not actually didn't destroy myself or somebody else. So, but 24 hours of racing, that's definitely different. And I'm not the fastest, but I'm not the slowest, and I try to keep the car clean, and that's the best thing that we can do. Hopefully next week we won't get as many cautions. We'll be able to race a little bit more. But like you said, you'll be going a little bit further back. You won't be starting off the front row anymore.
I'm fine with that.
You'll be about mid-pack. You'll be out there with Jeremy, and in no time you'll be Jeremy and David out in the back. So
I'll be happy with that.
But I saw that you and Braden actually had Ricky Bobby themes. Is that something that you guys both know about, or is that
mine actually wasn't a Ricky Bobby. Mine's actually from my old team that I used to drive for. I used to drive for Brooks Motorsports.
Okay.
And that was actually the car I ran in the Short Track Super League with the Snowball Derby.
Okay.
That was a little paint I threw together quick with carbon fiber and everything like that to have something a little nice appearing for $15 to try to see what I can do there.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw the shake and bake on the back and just, I'm like, oh, that's a Ricky Bobby nod.
Yeah,
so
I love Ricky Bobby.
and then I Want to Go Fast was Braden's car. So I was like, so the front row is Talladega Nights up in the front, on a short track of all places, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, well, so is anyone else you want to thank while you got me in here with we didn't talk much about sponsors in your first race.
I got to thank Big Jim's Cookies, Black Magic Racing. I got to thank the Travel with an Angel, Kolaki from Kolaki Performance, Kinetic Chassis, Exodus Chassis, Ryan Bauer and Beard Sim Racer, Advanced Racing Development, Top Flight Computers, and Faith Insurance Agency. And, of course, you for putting on the broadcast every week, because it's always fun going back and watching the races, see where I can improve on.
Yeah, it's always been good to be able to go back and review and see, like you said, where you might be able to pick up or take a note of something that you didn't see on your side, or maybe can see what somebody else was doing that you weren't doing. But appreciate your time there, Adam, and we'll see you guys next week in Irwindale, and we'll see how you fare out there with the a little bit more wide open spaces. Hopefully we'll see some more racing and some more competition.
Sounds good.
All right, see you next week. All right, so that is the conclusion of our doubleheader event in South Boston. I'm Harold Darner with One Day Go Studios. Please come back and see us 9:15 next Sunday, and we will be at Irwindale and the outer loop, if I remember. And as Andy was saying earlier, lots wide there, so we'll see how the racing will improve. And if you have not found a league to race yet, I know they're still taking drivers for this event, so you can check them out. USRLA, United States Racing League Association. They do double headers every week. Next week, Irwindale, and then as we're talking about the road courses, we'll be following that. Possibly they might take a couple weeks off for the big events coming up, but they'll make that decision here soon. If you haven't had the opportunity, please give me a follow on Facebook. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Harold Darner, One Go Studios. You have a blessed night.